Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 23 of the Start Your Mastermind Show. I'm your host, Andy Traub. Hope you're having an awesome day, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. And if you're not having an awesome day, I feel you. I've had those. I might be having one of those right now. You never know. But I hope that this show is an encouragement to you, a help to you, and a little light in what sometimes can be kind of a dark world. But we'll shine our light into it, and I hope to shine my light into it today by talking to you about 7 reasons that free masterminds do not exist. They don't. There's 7 reasons that free masterminds have never existed and will never exist. So let me just clarify right from the very beginning. The reason that free masterminds don't exist is that every mastermind, every healthy mastermind, every mastermind that will make an impact on you and on your fellow mastermind members, which is a healthy mastermind, will require at least 7 things. And I'm going to talk about those 7 things. So there are 7 reasons that free masterminds cannot exist. They've never existed. And it's because these 7 things are required. Because everything that's worth something costs you something. Everything that's worth something costs you something. Now, of course, there are paid masterminds. I've been a part of them. I've helped run them. I do help people start paid masterminds. I have several clients that have made hundreds of thousands of dollars from their masterminds. And masterminds can sometimes cost money. We're not talking about money, though. We're talking about the other costs to masterminds. Because even if a mastermind has no monetary fee attached to it, there are 7 things that every good mastermind will cost you. So let's talk about them. The first is that every healthy mastermind will cost you your time. If you want something to get better, you've got to invest some time in it. And it's not about the number of hours necessarily, it's about the intention of that time. Are the facilitators of your mastermind doing a good job? Are people showing up on time? Are you fully present when you're there? Are the other people fully present when you're there? This is what I'm talking about when I say that a mastermind will cost you something. It will cost you, the first thing it will cost you is it will cost you time. That's the first reason, and the most important and most expensive part of every mastermind is the time it requires. And your time has value. I'm at home right now recording. I've got 2 little girls downstairs that I would love to just go on a walk with them and take our pug out in the neighborhood and just kind of go cruise around and take them to lunch. I'm not doing that. I'm working right now. I'm creating this content for you, and it's because I'm dedicated to this piece of content at this time. So when you're in a mastermind, you have got to give it some time. So that's the first expense or cost of a mastermind and the first reason there's never been such thing as a free mastermind is that every mastermind will cost you some time. The second is that masterminds will cost you and should cost you access to your network. What that means is if you have a resource and you say, like, I know someone that's great at posting podcasts, and his name's Jody. So I would give people access to my network. That's an expense to me in this regard, is that I have built up credibility with that person. I built up trust. And if I'm going to send people his way, if I'm going to send people to Jody, then they can't be jerks, right? And they have to pay Jody, and they have to be easy to work with, and they have to treat Jody well. And I've gone through other people with posting podcasts, and I've done that work. And so it costs me something to do the work to build my network. And now, as I'm giving people access to my network, that's an expense. That's a cost to me. It requires something of me to share my network with people. That's my special group of people that I trust. So the third thing and the third reason a free mastermind has never existed is that all great masterminds will require you to share your skills, your expertise in something. And I believe that in every mastermind that you're part of, you're going to share your skill set to some degree. And if you're not, you should be. If you're a great baker, you should be baking things for your mastermind. If you are great at running a bakery, you should bring some of that skill set to your mastermind. It's not that you're going to help other people run a bakery. It's just you're going to have some business acumen, right? If you have some parenting expertise, you're going to share it with your mastermind. So your skills and the goods that you have, you're going to want to share with your mastermind. if it's going to be a healthy mastermind. I expect people in my mastermind group to ask me questions about technology or facilitating meetings. Those are the things that I am really good at. If they want to start their own mastermind, then they would come to me for help. That's my skill and my service and the goods that I charge for. Now, does that mean you have to do things for free? Absolutely not. You can definitely charge people in your mastermind for your services. I would encourage you to give them a big fat discount, but you don't always have to charge them. But the third reason that there's no such thing as a free mastermind is that you're going to have to bring your skills and sometimes the goods that you produce to your mastermind. It's just part of being generous. The fourth is that it will require focus. You're going to have to give intellectual focus, mental focus to the other people in your group, to their problems. So you're going to have to take the eyes off of your own problems for a while, your own situation, and help them. And that's an expense. That's a cost, right? It requires something of you. So again, the fourth reason that there's no such thing as a free mastermind is that every mastermind requires you to be focused on other people's needs. The fifth is travel. Now, this is an actual financial expense, so this gets into some money, is that I believe you should meet with your mastermind at some point. And so you're going to have to travel at some point to meet with them. The sixth reason there's no such thing as a free mastermind is every great mastermind will require vulnerability. And vulnerability is different than humility, in my opinion. So, because that's the seventh one. Vulnerability is being opening yourself up and being your true self with people. So when they say, how are you doing? You can say, I'm having a crappy day, right? Or they say, how you doing? And you say, business is bad, or I'm really frustrated today, or whatever it might be. Being vulnerable is about being your true self, right? That's being vulnerable. Now, the humility comes when you actually are going to receive feedback. That's the seventh reason. This is the seventh cost of a mastermind is sometimes you're going to be humbled. Sometimes you're going to say, I'm so frustrated with my spouse. I'm so frustrated with my business. That's an expense. That costs you something to be vulnerable. But the other is that, and this is the seventh reason there's no such thing as a free mastermind, is a great mastermind will cost you some humility. That you're going to have to take some feedback that might be hard to hear. So being vulnerable is one thing, but being humble, it's a different level or layer. And you have to be willing to receive feedback on your ideas or your mindset, your words, your actions. And I've had people do this. I've had people in our mastermind share hard things with me. And I hated it at the time, hated it. I always hate it. But then I love them and I buy their lunch and I say thank you very much. Because the best friends you have tell you the most truth. That is true. The best friends in our lives tell us the most truth. So I'll run through those one more time. The 7 reasons that free masterminds don't exist is because they all cost you time, access to your network, your skills or the goods you produce, your focus, sometimes travel, vulnerability, and humility. Those are 7 costs to every great mastermind. And in addition, you might have to pay to be part of a mastermind, and I think that that's okay. You're paying to be part of a mastermind because you're paying for access to that network. So if a mastermind costs you money, that's fine. Just make sure you know what you're paying for. And you're not paying for the wisdom of the leader. That might be part of it. You're actually paying for the wisdom of the entire group. So make sure you're including the whole group in what you're actually paying for. You're not just paying for one person. You're paying for access and the running of the group, right? You're paying for the whole process. You're not paying for access really to one person. So those are the 7 reasons that free masterminds don't exist. I would love to know, and you can leave feedback on my Facebook page at facebook.com/AndyTrialPublic, or you can leave a review on this, or you can just email me, Andy@takepermission.com. I would love to know your thoughts on what masterminds cost you and which one of these was new to you. Which one of these were you not thinking about very much when you thought about the cost of a mastermind? Again, if you have any other questions about a mastermind, send them my way. You can always email me, Andy@takepermission.com, or leave a comment on my Facebook page, facebook.com/AndyTrialPublic. Thanks so much for listening. Appreciate your review of this show on all those different podcast places. And if I can be of any help to you, reach out to me. I'd love to help you start your mastermind. God bless, keep shipping, and remember the world needs your work. Thanks.